Again, this is Carrie Gleckner with Meigs Independent Press here on Meigs Forward with Stephen Figiel. And you're from K92, so talk a little bit about that, because you came back, you didn't have to work. You don't have to necessarily work.
Well, like a lot of people my age, I had to work if for no other reason. I had to have health insurance. As you know, that's the elephant in the room for most people our age. But I didn't have a design of getting back into radio. It was somewhere in there. I probably joked about it a little bit. But it was pure chance that things worked out the way that they did. And I was very happy to climb back into the seat or behind the mic, per se, and get a chance to do once again what I do on a daily basis, which I have so much fun doing. A friend of mine said, if you love what you do, you'll never have to work another day in your life.
It's true.
And I really do love doing what I do. I like keeping things light. I like keeping people informed. I like talking about the good things that are going on in the area. If you've listened to my show, I'm very quick to praise a kid who's done well, or an adult mentor who has done well, and a lot of the good things and exciting things that are going on in this area, the charm of the county fairs that are around the area, and all the other great things that are going on, the things in Pomeroy. I mean, Treat Street the other night, was that incredible or what?
That was pretty crazy.
Oh my gosh.
I wasn't here, I was helping my mom out with something, but it seemed to me, from everything I saw in pictures, it was probably the biggest one yet.
Going back to earlier in the year when we had the celebration of the county's bicentennial. I know you were there because we talked during that event. But seeing the people come out and have fun and enjoy the river, as well as do a little shopping, but also have a little time with friends and neighbors and even strangers that they perhaps don't know. It was nice to see and hear about. You know, my wife, she brought my granddaughter down here to trick or treat, and she marveled at the crowds, and it was great to see and great to hear about.
And we have so many great communities here,
Yes,
Racine and Rutland and Middleport has got a lot of things going on. There's a lot of things. Middleport is coming back, and there's a lot of good things that are going on. Tuppers Plains has a lot of growth. There's a lot of good things that are happening throughout the whole county.
Absolutely. And the other night, while attending the grand opening of the new Meigs Historical Society Museum, you were there. You
Yes.
had a chance. You had a chance to hear Commissioner Randy Smith. He made a speech during the ceremonies, and one of the things he said struck me. How all of us who see all of these positive things on a daily basis, it's up to us to speak up and defend our homes and brag about our homes even. I probably paraphrased him a little bit, but I'm pretty sure that was the gist of what he was trying to say, because there are so many good things going on here, far more
Absolutely.
good things than negative. And I think we all need to recognize that more and more and be grateful for it, because those are the building blocks that are going to move us forward.
Tell us a little bit more tell us about your show. When do you have your show?
I'm on Monday through Friday from 6 until 10 o'clock, and we play a mixture of, let's just say, music from the 70s, 80s, and 90s, but we go back a little bit further than that, and we sometimes jump into this century, which is funny to say. We've recently redone our format, where we were a little bit, I would say, a little bit more edgy at one point in time. I think we've gotten a little bit softer, which is probably a good thing for most of the people who listen here. Of course, we provide a smattering of news and weather. We keep people informed as best as we can of the events that are going on in the area. And like you, we use alternative sources to do what we do. We use Facebook a lot to support our mission, so to speak, to keep our listeners informed. But I think it's a nice place to stop by in the morning because my show, one thing anybody who listens to me in the morning, I'm not controversial. If you want to talk politics, if you want to talk about having a chip on your shoulder, I'm not that person. There's enough places and venues for that
there's enough
nonsense.
Place to vent that's absolutely right.
You don't need another venue. Again, I want to ease people into their mornings and into their days and hopefully give them a reason to smile as they start it all.
Now, there's one more thing that I want to talk about.
Okay.
You get really excited about Christmas.
I do.
And tell us about some of the things that you do during Christmas season. I know you do some things with your show, but you do quite a few things.
Well, I've always been kind of a nut about Christmas. This goes back to when I was a child, and I take that strong angling, if you will, from my mother, who was an absolute Christmas nut. But she made it so special for us. So I suppose in my own way I've tried to make it special for the people around me. I like the mixture of sadness and gladness with the holiday, because it's hard to approach any Christmas without not thinking about the people who are no longer around anymore. But it's also great to look at all of the smiling young faces that are around that weren't around when your parents or grandparents are alive. So, I mean, this year for the umpteenth year in a row, I'll get a chance to play Santa Claus at Eastern Local High School. I'll get a chance to play Santa Claus at the Meigs Historical Society. I'm friends with Cloris over there, and she's asked me to do that. And you can kind of tell this year I'm trying to, instead of
trying to get ready,
use a false beard, I'm trying to grow my own. I don't know how successful it's going to be, but I'm going to give it a whirl because I could not stand wearing the false beard.
And I know you do a lot with your show. You do your special Christmas broadcasts, a lot of music, a lot of things. Some things that maybe you haven't remembered for a while.
Yeah.
And it's a really good show if you haven't picked it up. It's really a lot of fun. They do a lot of fun things. I really appreciate you coming in and talking about it. And I know you're really a cheerleader for the area. I mean, you see what we all take for granted every day.
Absolutely. I think, there's a lot of good things in this area. And yes, we have a lot of things that we still need to do here. It's just one step at a time. We'll get there together if we continue to push the envelope from time to time and move the ball forward while, not trying to alter the essence, but use the essence as a selling point, and it truly is a great selling point. All of those things that I talked about earlier during our conversation, the values, the faith that we have, and the pride we have in our community, those are the things that are going to have made historically and will continue to make Meigs County a very special place.
Thank you very much. Very well said.
Pleasure.
And again, this is Carrie Glackner with Meigs Independent Press here on Meigs Forward. My guest has been Stephen Figiel, and he is one of the individuals that helps make sure that Meigs does move forward. We thank you, and we'll see you again next week.